Welcome back. If you missed part 1, I'll have a link to it in the description. As a reminder, this is a 4-part series. We are going to start right back where we left off. And if you're not subscribed now, I recommend that you go ahead and subscribe. You do not want to miss out on the next parts. As you'll see in this video, it does get even more intense. So I like to lift up the beard first to be able to see the scales that I'm going to be working with and kind of assess accordingly. Now we're going to switch over to the bigger comb because I think we've kind of maxed out what we can get done with the little one. The little one kind of gets caught up on the beard a lot more than the bigger one will. The teeth are just a little bit wider apart. And we're slowly just kind of work it through and see what we can get loose. Go. So you just kind of tease it a bit more. Now that we have them a bit more loose, we can start combing them out. It's always so satisfying when they come out in the larger pieces. On the upper lip, it's a lot less common for them to be larger like that. Also, it kind of depends on when's like the last time, like how much is built up that I've kind of tried to remove. And then also if it gets drier, then it usually comes off a lot easier into larger chunks. A question that I get asked frequently is it painful? It can be at times. It really depends on how easy these kind of flakes are to be removed, you know, if they're ready or not. A lot of times it's just really itchy before removing them, so sometimes actually stretching off or removing it kind of provides some relief there. If I left it on and didn't, then it would just drive me insane. Once it's been removed, it still can be a bit raw underneath. And that's kind of to be expected when you have these dry flakes that are being kind of peeled off. There's going to be fresh new skin underneath. So sometimes that new skin underneath can get a little inflamed or raw from the removal process itself until it's had a little bit more time to heal. I mentioned in the last video how it's hard to tell just how much flakes are underneath, and that is even more apparent kind of down here on the jawline. Just watch, you see all of that there? Even still hidden there, that large chunk right there. See, a lot of this you wouldn't even be able to tell unless you start kind of moving the hair over. And now we're slowly going to work around this because I don't want to, well, I really want to kind of preserve this into one chunk if possible. But I don't want to remove anything that's not ready to be removed because then that can sometimes lead to, you know, bleeding, and I don't want to have any of that. Or in that case, if it's not ready to be removed, then it can be a bit painful. So we're just going to take our time, slowly work around. It's also a little tricky around here in the jawline with the larger comb. But if I use a smaller one, then it's going to get way too caught up in this thicker hair here. So we got some large chunks kind of breaking off there. That huge one there is just so satisfying. And I'm going to get even more along this jawline as we go forward. Wow. So look at that. So again, I didn't even see where those flakes were originally going to be coming from. We're going to go back, and I'm just going to tease this a bit more, see if we can get any more off there. But again, if it's not ready to come off, we're not going to remove it. Even though I really want it gone. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. Here I was kind of switching focus to the other sides. Still, that one is just so tempting. I got a little bit more off, but again, I think it's just not ready to come off. And that's something that's hard even with myself. Like, I know everyone wants that to come off, even myself included. But, you know, if it's not ready, it's not ready. You can see here, even this larger comb can sometimes get caught up in my beard. I know a lot of people want me to use a like flea comb or like one of the metal ones, but honestly, I think that's just too tough on my skin, particularly on my face. You know, you've got thicker skin that's on your scalp that might be able to handle that, but I don't really want to do any additional damage to my facial skin, more than, you know, already gets a little bit inflamed. I frequently get asked what makes my symptoms worse, what causes my flare-ups. I would say that weather for sure has an impact, whether that's temperature changes or humidity changes, in either direction. Seasonal changes, stress, or any recent illnesses can definitely cause flare-ups as well. I wanted to thank everyone for watching, especially if you made it this far in the video. When I made part 1, I didn't think I would receive as much positive feedback as I had, and it's really showing that you all really enjoy this content, and I'm glad that I'm growing and learning more as it's coming along. So thank you so much for watching, and we're going to continue this in part 3. And here's a little sneak peek of what's next to come. Again, make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on part 3. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and please like if you enjoyed the video.